After getting the introductory idea, now we'll go to our main topic, that is your graphical representation of linear motion. In case of linear motion, as we have already known, that the three means different variables are there. One is your that the speed or velocity, which can be represented in v. Similarly, distance or displacement, which can be represented in s. Time, which is a very vital factor, t. And acceleration or retardation, that is a. So we have, in case of linear motion, we have all these four different variables which are used in different concepts. Now, therefore, basic on these four variables and their relations, we have three different types of graphs, or all that concepts can be represented in three different manner graphically. Number one, that is your displacement time graph. Displacement time graph, where, or in other words, in short, we can say that S versus T graph, where T is the independent variable and S is the dependent variable. Second one, that is your velocity time graph. Velocity time graph, or V versus T graph. And the third one, that is your acceleration time graph. Acceleration time graph. Remember that in case of linear motion or motion in one dimension, displacement time graph and distance time graph both are same. Similarly, velocity time graph and speed time graph both are same. In case of linear motion or motion in one dimension, when we are discussing about displacement time graph, that is also same as that of the distance time graph. When we discuss about velocity time graph, that is also same as speed time graph. But if it will be a motion in two dimension or three dimension, the meaning must have been different. Because in this case what happens, linear motion means that motion of the body in one particular direction. So that is why all these are having the same meaning with respect to the distance time graph. So I hope that you must have not confused over the displacement time graph and distance time graph, or velocity time graph and speed time graph. So out of all these three, in this part we will discuss about the various effects of the displacement time graph, and how to draw the displacement time graph, and how to calculate the displacement time and with respect to that of the velocity and speed. So first one, that is your displacement time graph, or otherwise distance time graph. In this case, as I have said, that time is the independent variable. So therefore, it has to be represented as x-axis on that x-axis. The value of time has to be represented in x-axis. Similarly, distance or displacement or distance is dependent variable, or therefore it has to be represented on y-axis. In other words, we can say that this distance or displacement indicates the y component, whereas time indicates that is your x component. Therefore, as we have discussed earlier, that slope of the graph, slope is equal to that the value in case of the y component with respect to x component. So therefore in this case, indirectly we can say that the value of y component or the difference between the y value with respect to that x value or y component that represents to displacement. So this is also same as displacement with respect to time. Therefore we can say that this represents the velocity, or if it is in case of y component, that is also equal to distance with respect to the time, or in other words we can say that that is your speed. So therefore remember that slope of displacement time graph that indicates the velocity or the speed. So now on this regard, that will take the first condition. Different conditions are there, and we will see that what is the nature of the slope or what is the velocity and how we will calculate the velocity. Condition number one. Consider that a body is at rest. Now consider the body at rest. Body at rest in the sense that the speed is zero. Speed or velocity is zero. So it is not at all moving. Now let us take an example that the observer who is standing here and found that an object is at 20 meter from that. So when he first observed, at 0 second he observed that the body is at 20 meter. After 1 second he also observed that it is at the same position, that is 20 meter. So likewise if we will calculate and if we take one, if we represent that in a tabular form, we can say that t, that is your time in second, and s, that is your distance or displacement. At 0, initially at 0 second, 0, 10 second, 20 second, 30 second, 40 second. Let us take in this manner. Now suppose when the body is at rest, the first that the observer when observed at 0 second he found that it is at 20 meter. Now after again at 10 second he found that still the body is at 20 meter. Then after 20 second again it is at 20 meter, 30 second also in the same. So try to understand. When the observers observed this one for the first time, he saw that the body is at 20 meter distance from its place. Now after 10 second again he found that at the same position. So therefore there is no change in that position. So this indicates there is no change in the position, or in other words we can say that the body is at rest. Now when we represent this one as graphically, then what sorts of graph we will be getting? If we will see here, now our x-axis, this is your x-axis, because we have shown only that the first quadrant, because here everything, all these two variables are in positive, so that is why we are showing the first quadrant, excluding that second, third and fourth quadrant. Now here, if we will take time, suppose 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, likewise it proceeds. So time in second. Similarly, on this side if we take displacement, that is suppose 10, 20, 30, likewise as it is progress, so it is your displacement or distance progressing in that y-axis. Now for the first point, that is 0, 20, at 0 it is 20, second at 10 it is 20, so therefore it is at the same point, 20, it's the same 20, so therefore if we will be getting, now when we will get all these points and we will join, we will get a straight line which will be parallel to that x-axis. So therefore this graph, the plotted graph, from this we can say that the plotted graph is a straight line, and the graph is parallel to x-axis or representing to that other time. So therefore, as we have discussed earlier, that the slope of x or those lines which will be parallel to x will be 0. So therefore here we can say that the slope of line that is equal to 0. But however, we have also discussed that the slope in this case it will be your velocity or the speed. So therefore, now we can say in this case the slope that represents the speed or the velocity, and that is equal to 0 or the body is at rest condition. Similarly, if we will consider another condition of this one, the same one when the body is at rest. Let us take an example that a driver sitting inside the car. Suppose a driver who is sitting inside the car and the car is at rest condition. In this condition, the driver being the observer, he found out that it is at 0 second, it is at 0 distance, 10 second it is also 0, and 20 seconds. So likewise, as the time progresses, there is no change in the position, and in such cases we may get the graph which will be exactly lying on the x-axis, representing here the body is in no motion or it is at rest condition and it is very close to that the observer. So these two are the conditions if it will be lying on that the x-axis or if it will be parallel to that x-axis or the time axis. In both the conditions we can say that the body is at rest condition, but the difference is here the moving body which has to move. It is not moving practically, but it is at a distance of 20 meters from the observer, whereas here the observer himself is very close to that of the object, and therefore we are getting this type of graph. But never the graph will be just exactly perpendicular to this one. This type of graph cannot be found in case of displacement time graph, remember, because this represents at a particular time that the distance or the displacement goes on changing, which is not at all possible. Suppose this is at 10 second and now this represents the upward direction of the graph. This indicates that the goes on changing the distance of the displacement, which is not at all possible, because at a fixed time how it will be possible. So therefore, this type of graph, particularly in case of displacement time graph, is not possible, remember. Now we will go to the second condition. Consider that a body is moving with uniform velocity. Now consider condition number 2, where we can say body moving with uniform velocity or uniform speed. So as you know from the first part of the discussion that uniform velocity, when we say that uniform velocity or uniform speed, this indicates the rate of change of distance or displacement with respect to time remains constant. Remember. So when we say that uniform velocity, body is moving with uniform velocity, then in that case the change of displacement every time with respect to a particular time, that will remain constant for the last part of the journey. Now let us consider that this is a case where the object which was at rest at A goes to B, C, D, E onwards. Now in this case, the distance between A and B, B and C, C and D, D and E, in all these cases that remains same. Let us take that if AB the distance is 10 meter and the body is taking 10 seconds, from A to C it is 20 meter and it is taking 20 second. So this means that the change in distance, this total is 20 meter and this to this is 10 meter. So therefore this is 10 meter. Now change in distance, that will be same. Similarly from A to D, if we say 30 meter, that means C to D, that becomes 10 meter. And if it is A to E, that is 40 meter, so that means this is also 10 meter. Similarly, when we say that A to B takes 10 second, A to C that takes 20 second, this indicates that furthermore 10 second, then this is your 10 second, this is 20 second, by 20 second it has gone up to this much, 30 second, 40 second, so likewise it is proceeding. So in this case, this is an example where the body is moving with uniform velocity because it is going in the same direction. So we can say that it is moving with uniform velocity or uniform speed. Now in a tabular manner, if we will represent the same thing, that will be getting so in this case, in the first one 0, this velocity, the displacement was 0. And after 10 second it becomes 10 meter, after 20 second it becomes 20, after 30 second it becomes 30, after 40 second it becomes 40, and onwards it has gone. So taking this one, now if we plot the graph between that displacement and time graph, we will be getting zero, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 likewise, and here 10, 20, 30, 40 likewise. So in this case, if we plot the graph 0, 0 and 10, 10, 20, 20, 30, 30. So likewise when we are joining, so we will be getting a line which will be completely straight line and equally inclined to both the axes. So in this case, what will be the nature of the graph? The plotted graph is a straight line and inclined equally to both the axes. And in this case, as we know that the slope that indicates that the displacement versus time graph, the slope indicates now that will be equal, that will be your velocity or the speed. So in this case, what happens that anywhere else you will take the slope. Now consider that this is a point A, B, C, D. Now if you take the slope, the perpendicular component or this component which is equal to 10 and this is your 10. So therefore we are getting here that 10 by 10, or we can say that it is 1 meter per second, or if it will be between 10 and if it will be between 10 and 40 seconds. Now consider that we have to find out the 10 and 40 second. What will be the velocity? So velocity between 10 and 40 second, that will be equal to, if we draw the perpendicular here, at 10 second one and at 40 second another. Now this is the y component which represents to this one 40 and this is your 10. So if we draw a parallel line here, then this becomes, this is your perpendicular component for the segment AD between 10 and 40. For that AD, the perpendicular component, that is your this much mark, that is equal to 40 minus 10 divided by, and in this case this equal to this much. So therefore this is 40 minus 10, 30, and this also 30. So therefore now we can say that this equal to the time difference 40 second minus 10 second. So therefore here we are getting 30 upon 30. So therefore this becomes 1 meter per second. So anywhere else here we have seen that it is 1 meter per second, and between 10 to 40 that is also 1 meter per second. So everywhere we will be getting a sort of that the velocity that will be remain same, or that will be 1 meter per second. Now here the graph, this for the uniform speed or uniform velocity, the graph may be in this manner or it may be So we may be getting two different types of graph for this particular observation, that the graph may be, as we have seen here, the graph may be equally inclined and starting from 0, initially at 0, or the graph may be in this manner. So in both the cases we can say that the body is moving with uniform velocity, but the difference is that in this case it is uniform velocity with starting from rest, where the body starts from rest. But however, in this case, that the uniform velocity starting the body at a certain distance from the observer. At a certain distance from observer and from the rest condition. So we will be getting two different patterns. That in this case, the velocity may be uniform, and in this case, we may be getting that it is goes on increasing. It is increasing. The velocity is uniform. The slope is positive slope, and in this case, the velocity is uniform, but however, the body starts from very close to that of the observer, whereas here in this case, the body starts from a certain distance. Similarly, the graph may be having a negative slope. Whenever we say that velocity, because velocity is a sort of vector quantity, so the graph may be in this manner also. So where, as we know that the displacement is a vector quantity, so it can be positive or negative, and velocity also in the same manner it may be positive or negative. So that is why in this case what happens? This indicates the slope is negative. Slope is negative, but as it is uniform, means there is no zigzag or there is no curved line. So that is why now in this case we can say that velocity is uniform. But the difference is that it is at a certain distance. Say for example, if it is at 50, after the time t, it comes to be 0. Means the body starts from a certain distance, starts from far distance, coming closer to the observer. So in all these cases that we will find that the graph is a straight line, and in all these cases these two are having positive slope. So that is why in this case we can say that it is moving away from the observer, whereas in this case the slope is negative, so it is coming towards the observer, and after the time period of certain second, then it is coming to the 0, means it is coming very close to that of the observer. Number 3, body moving with variable velocity. In case of linear motion, the body usually moves in one direction, and in such cases, if when we consider about that variable velocity, if the displacement means the distance that varies, the rate of distance that varies with respect to time, but however the direction will be same, then in that case we can say that the body is moving with variable velocity. Let us consider that at this case, when it is 0 second, here we have found that the body is moving with 30 meter per second, and after 1 second we have found, by 1 second we have found the speed becomes 40 meter per second, After 1 second, means after 2 seconds, this becomes 50 meter, 55 meter per second. So likewise, when the body is moving, then we can say that the body is moving with variable velocity, because the speed that varies, but the direction same. So that is why it becomes. So in case of a displacement time graph, if we consider the displacement, so far as the displacement is concerned, in such cases consider that the body is moving with a certain displacement up to 1 second, from 0 second to 1 second. Suppose the body displaces 10 meter. However, by 2 seconds it has gone up to 25 meter. By the end of 2 seconds it has gone up to 25 meter, and similarly by 3 seconds, in such cases 3 seconds, that it has gone up to 40 meter. So therefore 45 meter. So in this case we can now say that this is an example of where the displacement varies, but however the time remains same. Displacement varies in the sense the distance covered by the body varies, direction is in the same direction, and the time remains constant. So therefore in such cases we can say that the body is moving with variable velocity. Now in such cases, if we will represent this data on graph, then how can it, what will be the nature of the graph? Now let us consider Now let us take an example that so at 0 second the body covers 0, means starting from that the 0, nearer closer to that of the observer. After 10 seconds the body has gone up to 10 meter, and after 20 seconds it has gone up to 30 meter, and after 30 seconds it has gone up to 60 meter. So after 40 seconds it has gone up to 65 meter. So likewise when we proceed, then in that case we can say that the distance, the change in distance, that is non-uniform, and at the same time the difference in the time remains constant. So therefore in such cases we can say that the body is moving with variable velocity. So it can be represented, as you know, that on the x-axis that we can take time in second, and on y-axis we can take displacement or the distance. So in such cases 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 seconds. Now similarly, this is your 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 and 70 meter. 0 second initially at 0 means it is very close to that of the observer. After 10 seconds it has gone up to 10 meter, then 20 second 30 meter, and 30 second it is coming up to 60 meter. So 40 second it is coming up to 65. So whenever we are joining all these points, either we will be getting a very zigzag line, or other than that also we can get a line or a graph which will be a chord line. So therefore in such cases this represents, if it may be in a zigzag line or it may be a chord line. So as you know that the slope of that the graph that will indicate your velocity, or therefore in such cases, since this is moving with non-uniform velocity, so that is why we can find out the average velocity. So here the average velocity, by the formula as it is known, that the total distance or the total displacement divided by the total time. So that is why in such cases the displacement covered, that is about 65, and the total time taken, that is about 40. So therefore we can find out in such a way that if we find out the total distance covered divided by the total time, then only you can find out. That is equal to total distance divided by the total time. Or we can also find out by taking out the individual slopes of that the segmented part, and then we can find out the average slope. Suppose the slope S1 here. Suppose slope S1 that is equal to that the perpendicular component by base component, so it becomes 10 by 10 that is equal to 1. Similarly, in this case we can find out this is equal to that means 20 and this is 10, so that is by 2. So likewise S2 that is equal to 2 meter per second. So likewise if we go on finding out, and then we will find out the average slope. So how many slopes, how many segments will be there? Accordingly S1, S2, S3. The sum of all the slopes divided by the number of observations. Then in such cases also we can find out the average velocity. If it is a chord line, consider that this is a chord line, and here we have to find out a particular velocity at certain time or at a particular instant. So if consider that in this case, that in this point, suppose this is your t time. So at this case we have to find out the average velocity, because this is a chord line, so we cannot find out the velocity of that the particular one. So in such cases, if it is a chord line, then touching to this point, if we draw a line which will be acting as the tangent, and it will find out the slope now. So in such cases, if it is a chord line, for a chord line, we can find out the instant velocity that the slope of the tangent drawn at that point. So if suppose this is the slope, and in such cases we have to find out that actually what if this is the tangent, if we will find out the slope, then in such cases the slope of this tangent that indicates that the instant velocity in the sense at that particular time. Say for example at 5 seconds we have to find, 10 seconds we have to find, at a particular time we have to find the velocity, then in that case you have to draw the tangent, and if you find out the slope of this tangent, then that will show that the velocity of that particular body at that instant of time.